Hi. Yesterday we considered how repeated inputs shape our attention. Suppose we recognize an input that does not help us. So we decide to spend less time scrolling, and we decide to read more carefully, or we decide to pay more attention to the people around us. So then why do we still struggle to follow that decision? Well, sometimes we often assume we lack willpower. We tell ourselves to become more disciplined, more focused, and more motivated. But sometimes one small obstacle makes the better choice harder than it needs to be. In computer programming, a bottleneck is the part of the system that slows everything else down. We can improve every other part, but we will make little progress if we ignore that one obstacle. But we also have bottlenecks in our daily routines. I have a bookshelf full of books I want to read. But until I put reading books on my calendar, I likely will not get to them. Sometimes changing habits just require a change in a small detail. And there are two ways we can improve our habits by noticing these details. First, we can remove friction from something we want to encourage. So we can place a book where we usually leave our phone, or put on our calendar it's time to read books. Or we can prepare tomorrow's lunch tonight. We can schedule a conversation instead of hoping the right moment will appear. And then second, we can add friction to something that we want to do less often. So we can turn off a notification. We can move an application off the home screen, or we can keep distractions outside of the room where we want to concentrate. Sure, we cannot remove every difficulty from life, and some meaningful actions remain difficult even under ideal conditions, like caring for someone or keeping a commitment. All those things still require courage. But if we face the same obstacles every day, maybe it's not so much about courage as it is about removing the obstacle. All of this reminds me of one of my favorite children's stories from Frog and Toad. They could not stop eating cookies. They wanted more willpower. They did not have it. So they had to find a way to hide the cookie jar. So we can arrange our surroundings to support that person we want to become, rather than allowing them to pull us repeatedly in another direction. So today, think of something modest that you genuinely want to do more consistently. And then ask, what small and reoccurring obstacle makes this more difficult than it needs to be? Could you change your surroundings rather than relying entirely on willpower? Now, do not think too big here. Simply remove one obstacle, or prepare one next step, or place one helpful reminder where you will see it. Consider a small change. Now, it cannot guarantee that we will choose the meaningful path, but it can make that path easier to follow.